What significance does a philosophy have to offer us as a species? We may be individuals and we may be responsible as individuals, but there is no denying that our actions as a whole species have a dramatic impact upon our environment. As a species within the universe, we are subject to existing. There appear to be only three states of being within our universe: growth, equilibrium, or decay. Since permanent equilibrium does not appear to be a natural state of existence within our universe, that leaves only growth or decay. I would mention classical theism and its static view of God, with that in mind, produces a paradox. It simply is illogical. Continuing, each state of being leads to different ends. Growth leads to life and decay leads to death. Science would say over time, death will win out. Religion would say over time, life will win out. There you have it, pessimism versus optimism. But there is a third vote to be taken. Philosophy, reason is not voted. Philosophy is waited timidly on the sidelines. Philosophy has had ambivalent feelings. If philosophy does not stand up and vote, then history will continue its present course and our species will find itself once again faced with major global trauma. This is not a statement of doom, for our species has always managed to overcome such trauma and rise above it. In fact, the trauma has always been a means by which we have cleared away the old to make way for the new, and the new has always helped us to grow as a species. The cycle of growth, 3 steps forward and 2 steps back, has been predictable in history. In this cycle inevitable, or is it manageable? It would appear that it is inevitable if things stay as they are. Therefore, we cannot and should not resist change and growth. It does not appear that we have put anything in place which would allow us to circumvent the process of cultural decay in order to make way for the new. What would it take to do so? No one could say for sure, but perhaps it would be the institution of a unified view regarding what we are, why we exist, what the universe is, and why it exists. Creating a unified view capable of embracing the basic truths science and religion seem to offer would certainly be a form of growth in our perception of who we are. A holistic rather than a fragmented view. Most collapses of civilizations initiated an environment capable of providing a growth in perceptions evolving around just such objectives. Why not initiate the growth voluntarily rather than through the natural process of collapse? Why wait for the collapse? After all, it is our choice. What significance does philosophy have to offer other life forms in the universe? The major aim of philosophy is to develop a unified view of life. The operative word here is life. not human life, but life. Such a goal offers us hope, but that is not the end of it. Such a goal offers other life forms in the universe the same hope. We have just reached the point of stepping into the vastness of the heavens. Previously, our perceptions generated behavior that affected only our species and lower earth-bound life forms. And Earth originated or oriented Magna Carta for life is okay for an earth-bound organism, but such a limited Magna Carta has tremendous negative implications for life forms we could encounter as we explore the heavens. To understand what this means, step back in human history to 1492 AD. At that time, Columbus stepped on the American continent. He brought with him a perception, a unified view, a universal philosophy, which existed for that era in our history. The unified view is simple, as all unified views are required to be. The established unified view existing in Europe at the time hinged upon two concepts. The Caucasian race was superior to other races, and non-Christians were heathen, uncivilized, and no better than animals. With this universal philosophy in place, this so-called unified view, Europeans were able to rationalize the actions of stealing the land, the environment, the home of others, and claiming it for themselves. It was not only logical but morally correct to kill over 200 million and 50 million Mayans, Incas, Iroquois, Sioux, Apache, Blackfoot, and Navajo. This was not a proud moment in our history, but it did have some things to teach us, such as killing was wrong. The lesson it held for us was, as we perceive ourselves, so shall we behave. If we enter the heavens with too narrow a point of view of what we are and why we exist, it may have tremendous repercussions upon other life forms in the heavens, visible or invisible. It could also have tremendous repercussions upon ourselves. We may not encounter life forms less advanced than ourselves, but more advanced. These life forms may not look too kindly upon Homo sapiens, intent upon establishing the perception of human superiority.